Hey everyone, Sandy here, and I am back today with a scrapbook page. I am going to be scrapbooking some photos from my sister's wedding. Obviously this is the kiss, and this is my vantage point while I was waiting for her to arrive and walk down the little aisle here. So I'm following a Sketches in Thyme sketch today, and I'll put that information down below because I don't have it handy. It's not printed out or on a device or anything. I just remember looking at the sketch and I'm going to do it. I have these strips of paper that I'm going to be using. I also have these lace-like stickers that I'm going to use, and they feel neat. They feel weird. I don't know how to describe it. I also pulled out some washi tape and some glitter tape to see what I can do. And I'm going to be using this sticker sheet from my story. So let's see what I can do. So I've cut all of my pattern papers into long rectangles. They are of varying widths, and I'm just lining them up on top of the pink sheet of cardstock that I'm using in the background. And I've decided to almost go in a pattern where it goes beige, pink, black, beige, pink. Now, the two pinks coordinate well with the cardstock underneath, but they don't really go together, so I definitely want to keep those separate from each other. And I wanted the little pop of black just to give it a little bit of something, to give it that little bit of extra oomph. And then I decided that all of these pieces that I had cut were just way too thick, so we're doing a little bit of trimming. And there we go. So we're going to place the photos. One is a horizontal photo, one is a vertical photo, and they're going to sit next to each other. And this is a photo of the wedding party waiting for my sister to walk down the aisle, and then the kiss at the end of the ceremony. And I'm playing with the idea of connecting the photos or keeping them separate. However, when I put the photos next to each other, his face is like leaning right on that girl's behind, and that just doesn't work. So I decide to separate them. And I'm thinking that I'm going to be using that My Mind's Eye collection, where it has the pink and the gold and the yellow. But I'm going to change my mind, and we're going to get away from the yellow. So here's this gold glitter tape, and I love it. It is really sparkly, it's delicate, and I'm going to layer it on top of the top horizontal stripe just to give it a little bit of extra pizzazz, because it's just pretty plain otherwise. Oh, sorry for my head. Alright, we get that trimmed off and it's looking good. I'm excited about that gold sparkle there. Alright, and that little jump, here we are on another day. I had stopped scrapbooking and hung out with the family for a while, and then I had come back to it to complete this page. And this is when I decide that I don't want to use the yellow as my accent. I want to use something else. I end up going with a teal. I do pull off that Celebrate sticker and I pop it up on just some plain old foam, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I play around with adding some more banners to the top. And I'm thinking that little banner up there is looking kind of lonesome. It's not really exciting, and I think I'm going to add this guy, but I'm like, no, no, no. This is totally not the direction I want to go. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, no, it's not what we need. So I pull it up, and I'm worried that this other banner is going to really, really stick down, but surprisingly, it pulls up pretty nicely. There isn't any damage to the cardstock underneath, And I had already ripped that little tassel off the banner when I had pulled the sticker off, so it wasn't like I damaged it removing it. I actually damaged it putting on. Now I have these lacy type stickers from Recollections, and they feel weird. They're almost like a plastic fabric. I don't know really how to describe how but they're weird. They just feel weird. And I'm just messing around here trying to figure out which one I want to place where and how I want to layer it up. And I'm just running through my stash real quick, and I find these old Stickopotamus stickers, and I've had these forever, like a long time, and they are some like vintage frames and some envelopes. And I decide that I like the color of the envelopes and that they go great with those beigey stripes that I have going on. So I layer it on the bottom there. I'm kind of making my embellishment and my title all in one fell swoop. And I like the little lacy things poking out from underneath Celebrate. And then I also have this second one, and I'm just trying to figure out where exactly I wanted it to go, if I wanted it up at the top or what. And that didn't work out, so I thought about maybe layering some of the cardstock with the frame, and that didn't work out either. I was really struggling with that upper left-hand corner. The sketch had a banner, which is why I had the banner there in the first place, but I wasn't feeling it. It didn't work for me. And then I went and found these Teresa Collins chipboard stickers in my stash, and the pinks matched really well, and I thought that that light tealy mint color worked great, so this is where I add in that. Well, first I'm going to pull off this, because I'm thinking all those long horizontal stripes would go great with that horizontal chipboard, but it's just too much. But I leave it there for a little while before I decide to yank it off because it's not working. And I like this chipboard circle. It says yes, and that's in black, and it says I do all the way around it. And the black picks up on that little teeny bit of black paper that you can see behind the photos. And then I pop out the word love, and that is going to layer right under Celebrate, but I realized that that chipboard needs to go. Alright, so I cut out a whole bunch of me messing around with placing stickers and chipboard and moving it all around, and I spent entirely too long doing that. So I decide I'm just going to throw up some of that washi tape, and that's going to be my starting point, and I'll just do a little mini cluster up there instead of any kind of banner thing. And when I pull off those weird lacy stickers, I realize that I have ripped it, which is so weird because they feel so strong, but those little pieces just stayed behind. So I get that situated, and then I go ahead and layer up that teal chipboard shape. It says you make me smile. And we get that up there, and I'm happy. Now I've got the mint up there at the top. It's also down there at the bottom. It's going along on the diagonal, and I feel like there needs to be a little bit of mint where I have that yes chipboard layered over top the lace. So this branding strip on the basic gray paper has the pink and the teal and the cream all in it. So I just cut off a little bit of that, rip up everything I'd already put down, and then layer this on the bottom. Alright, and now it works. We put that washi tape back there and the yes chipboard as well, and it's just got that teeny little pop of the mint, so it goes all the way from the upper left to the bottom right, and I'm happy with that. And just making sure that that Celebrate sticks and adding a little bit more of my ATG. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it needs something else. So I have these spare parts metal brads, and I just decide to put them kind of in the center of the lacy floral things. And I'm not going to put it over by that yes chipboard. It's just going to be in the top and the bottom clusters. I think if it was by that chipboard, it would just be too much because of the size of the brad. And then I do my thing where I use my washi tape that I'm not really going to use on layouts and just cover up the brad prongs on the back of the layout. Because when I put my layouts into the album, I don't want those brads catching on any other layouts or pulling or ripping or anything like that. It's probably overkill because once the layouts are in the albums, they're not really being pulled out and moved around a lot, but it makes me feel better, so I do it. And then I'm pulling out the sticker sheet because I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can add a little bit more. And I end up going with the little teeny envelope up at the top. And that was like an epiphany moment, like, oh, little teeny envelope needs to go there. A little bit of a tiny word sticker to overlap over the envelope. And I'm thinking, I'm coming to the end here. I'm going to try this butterfly. I don't know why. I don't like butterflies. Well, I like butterflies. I don't really like them on my layouts. I've never been able to put them on a layout where it makes me happy. And I look at it and I'm like, dang, that looks good. I keep trying, but they end up back on the sticker sheets and I end up giving them away or getting frustrated and tossing them. So I just ran over and got some mist and my little basket of enamel dots, and I'm pulling out these sparkle green ones. And I just go ahead and scatter them around each cluster, and I like the little bit of sparkle that it has, and I like that I am using them up, which is awesome. So we get those on there, and then I'm going to do a little bit of the sprinkle, and this is in soil. It's not like a dark black, it's almost like a brown black, but I think it looks fine. So I'm going to sprinkle that around, and that'll be the end of this page. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Tomorrow is going to be the last day of my video a day month-long thing here on YouTube in July. And if you stuck with me this long, I thank you. And if you're just starting, check out the videos that I've posted on the previous days. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.